At the center of Cindy Sherman's work, there is this methodical analysis of the mode and the code of representation throughout the forest of signs and the forest of image, the inflation of image that surrounds us. Again, from the great master room in a museum to nowadays Instagram and Facebook. Among this forest of images, fashion is an important part of the way we picture and project ourselves. Nowadays, fashion is actually a permanent portrait galleries. Fashion plays an incredibly important role to understand our time. It's not only about selling the clothes, it's what the clothes represent and how they absorb the zeitgeist, the ethos of a moment. So part of the field of iconography, because at the end of the day, that's really what she's interested in, iconography. She embraced the field and the iconography of fashion. And in these three images here, this triptych actually, you have maybe what the most direct appropriation of a model that can appear in Cindy Sherman's work. Mademoiselle College, so obviously you can see that she is presenting the front cover of a fashion magazine, Mademoiselle, so targeted to a very young audience. You can see time almost passing in these three images. Something is happening. The first image is almost the ideal one, where the editors conceive of an image which is almost perfect. The code, like the young girl on the image is attractive, she's smiling, she's projecting an image of happiness and comfort. And then you go to the next image and then you see that the face started to be distorted a little bit. And then you go to the third image and the images is not fully distorted, but distorted enough that it creates a very uncanny relationship with the image. And this progression of the image is also a way for Cindy Sherman first to insert herself in the iconography, I would say the politics of a magazine cover and how a magazine cover represents ourselves and turn around from the inside, because she is in the magazine, these codes of representation from the ideal to the uncanny. Actually, if you look at the magazine cover itself and you read the headline, it's quite funny, 133 terrific things to wear, but then one is skincare, a super guide, and then you see that the skin is getting image after image a little bit less perfect. And the next one is also very good. Good hair is everything. The makeovers that prove it. And the notion of makeover is also very much at the center of Cindy Sherman's work. And this early work by Cindy Sherman is almost not a case study, but programmatic for her own work. With the fashion magazine cover, we could see that Cindy Sherman has been using a Trojan horse strategy by inserting herself within the field that she will disrupt from the inside. In this room you see when she's taking that to the next phase within the world and the iconography of fashion. At some point she was invited by a huge retail store, fashion store in New York City to produce fashion campaigns. And if memory serves, these fashion campaigns were dedicated or were targeted towards fashion designers such as Jean-Paul Gaultier, Yohji Yamamoto, and Comme des Garçons. And you can see in these images that she uses the clothing. She's almost using also the format of fashion poster, of fashion image that you would see in a store, but instead again of following the ideal code of fashion, the codes that sell, she turned them around a little bit to make them unfamiliar. And we go back to this idea that Cindy Sherman can make unfamiliar what we think, what we perceive as being familiar. If you look at all these images, they all look like, fashion shots. The only thing that would make the difference is the body language. If you look at this one, for instance, where instead of seeing a happy, balanced, beautiful fashion model that answer all the body type definition of what we think the criteria of beauty are, these characters, these models are disturbed. One is angry, one is depressed. So she's taking this model of ideal beauty and turn it around on itself from inside the world of iconography that she has entered.